So it is a new year and you want to buy a home in 2022. Okay, let me walk you through a couple of things that are worth highlighting so you can prepare to buy a home in the next 2 to 4 months. Stick around. Now, if you want a thorough, in depth, step by step tutorial to break down what you need to do to buy a home, every single step of the process, be sure to check out this video. And I will link to it in the description below. But this is the quick and dirty
Wow, this is kind of dirty, actually.
of what you need to do to be able to buy a home in 2022 in the next 2 to 4 months. First thing you need to do is to pay off your credit cards every single month. Now, when I say pay them off, I mean keep a low balance around 2 to 6% on each card. And make sure you pay that balance off before it reports to the credit bureau. Now, typically, credit card bureaus report either at the middle of the month or at the end of the month. Find out what that date is for you or that particular card, and I urge you to pay off your credit cards before that date. I urge you to do this because when a lender pulls your credit, they base it not on that actual date, but from the last time things were reported to the credit bureaus. Real quick, if you're new to the channel, I am Sir Ashley, and on this channel we talk about money, real estate, and the Carolinas. I am a realtor and investor in both North and South Carolina, so if you need any help, please reach out to me. Tip number 2, if you know your credit isn't quite where it needs to be, do not, I repeat, do not go into debt negotiation or debt settlement programs. Lenders see that you got into one of those programs and it doesn't look good in the short term. Before giving you a loan, lenders obviously check your credit report and they will be able to see if you had debt and just settled it for less than the amount you owed. And if you're going into a debt settlement, meaning you're paying less than what you actually owe for a loan, that doesn't give the home lender security in knowing that you're going to honor the loan that they're going to give you and fully pay that loan off. Let's put it in practical terms. Imagine you have a friend asking you for $500, but you know that that friend recently borrowed $250 from another friend of yours, and he only paid that person back $100. Does that make you feel confident or comfortable that you're going to get your money back if you give them $500? I don't think so. So it's no different when dealing with lenders. Again, you know if you're in a position where your credit's not that great, and I'm sure you've heard about debt negotiation or debt settlement. Again, this is worth repeating because I've dealt with this with clients in the past. I know you may think that that debt settlement may actually look good because it's lowering your debt, but lenders are looking at how you've handled debt in the past. And if it doesn't look good on how you handled debt in the past, meaning you paid less than what you actually owed and ended up settling for that amount, that does not look good on your behalf. Another quick tip, do not get a new car, do not refinance your car, and do not co-sign for anyone for anything. No, no, and no.
Absolutely not.
Do not open any new lines of credit. For starters, it will negatively impact you because it is a new line of credit and it really wouldn't have time to season. And secondly, it could have detrimental effects on your debt to income ratio. Again, I know some of you heard me, but you might be thinking, well, if I refinance my car, that will actually lower my debt to income ratio. Stop. Listen to me. Do not do it because once you refinance your car, it will show up as a new trade line or a new account, and it will hurt you if you're trying to buy a home in the next few months. Now, if you don't plan on buying a home to the end of the year, say 8 to 9 months from now, then sure, go ahead and do so. But this is if you're trying to buy a home in the next 2 to 4 months. Do not do it. Also, do not max out any credit cards. Don't apply for any new credit cards. Don't do it. Again, these are the quick tips for those of you looking to buy a home in the coming months. If you want a full breakdown and a step-by-step explanation and tutorial, please check out this video right here. So far we went over paying down debts and do not do debt settlements and do not open any new accounts or trade lines and do not co-sign for anyone or anything. Next, I want to talk about money. Avoid large cash deposits. If you're wanting to buy a home in the coming months, avoid large cash deposits. When you have a large deposit in your account right before you close, lenders will look skeptical upon that. They may think it's fraud or money laundering, and you may get your loan rejected because of that suspicion. So, if you're like me and just won your fantasy football league and everyone paid you cash, and that cash ended up being a large lump sum, do not deposit that into your bank account if you plan on buying a home in the coming months. Yes, it is true. I am also good at fantasy football. Or maybe you just got a large cash gift from someone because of Christmas or your birthday. Do not make a large cash deposit into your bank account. I know large is a subjective number, but I know I'm being overly cautious when I tell you this. But if the cash deposit is larger than $3,000, do not make it. Just use that cash for your day-to-day expenses. Bottom line, lenders have to be able to source or track the money in your account. In cash, that is hard to track. So avoid yourself the headache and just don't make any large cash deposits. Another quick tip if you plan on buying a home in the coming months is do not switch jobs after you've been pre-approved for a home loan. If you must change jobs, do it after you've already bought the house and you have the keys in your possession. If you change jobs after you've been pre-approved but you haven't bought the house yet, you may have just yourself. Don't get fired, don't quit, don't change jobs until you've closed on your new home and have the keys. Because if your income changes or if your job changes, you may no longer qualify to get that large mortgage the lender is about to give you to buy that new home. Remember, lenders only care about their money and your likelihood to repay them their money. If you're looking to buy a home in the coming months, this has been a quick and dirty
So dirty.
breakdown on what are the practical things you need to do or not do. And if you're in North or South Carolina and want to buy a home, be sure to reach out to my team and I. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this video on social media. I'm Sir Ashley. Talk soon.